Hey everyone, so today we're going to be doing something a little bit different and we're going to be taking a look at the city. We're going to be doing a bit of an overview. I already had recorded audio over this when I was actually filming this, but as it turns out, it didn't record properly and I don't have enough time to re-record because I'm actually going to be going on a trip for 3 weeks and I need to pre-record a whole bunch of stuff and edit a whole bunch of videos. So yeah, so we're going to be taking a look at our city, which is Grünstadt. It's a German name, but the city itself isn't German. I don't know, it just sounds cool. And so I guess let's take a look at the map first. So the map, it's pretty simple. I spent, I think, a week maybe making it, and it didn't look that much like now. The mountains were a lot different. It was sort of just like this big hunk of rock you can see right there. And eventually, like a month ago, I did those like ridges that you see right there, made it look a little bit better, but nothing compared to Flux's, of course. The rivers, also, you can see the rivers. They don't flow properly, and they're too wide, and they're also too shallow, and I don't really like the mouth of the rivers. Whatever, I don't know. If I could redo the map, and I probably will when I will publish it, then I'll probably end up fixing that. And then the airport island over here is something I did before I started the airport. It doesn't come with the map, actually. And yeah, there are a few islands over here. It's a little area. I really like this highway bridge over there. It's tall enough for a ferry to go underneath, and we have some little islands over there. And yeah, we also have this like train connection over here. It goes into the corner of the map. I haven't done anything here. It's only the train connection, and it's sort of, I don't like the bridge here. It's tall enough, but it's way too long, and it's a temporary thing, I guess. And it sort of just winds back all the way to this triangle junction over here, which leads us into Huygens mines. Now, I never actually recorded me making Huygens mines. I think I showed it off in one episode, but it's something I did in my pastime, and I actually do a lot of things like that. I make some projects while I'm not filming. So that's just something to keep me occupied, or, so I don't have writer's block. You can also see this bucket excavator over here. It's visitors and tourists, so it's a unique building instead of being an industrial building that produces stuff, which sucks, and we end up getting all these people over here through this train, which is actually by Bisqueichelhausen. They're really good. I'm pretty sure all the trains I use are by Bisqueichelhausen, except for freight trains like these, which are by Avenia. And I mean, the whole reason why is because it's like a green city, right? That's an electric freight train, and it's supposed to be, green and clean energy and all that. I'm thinking about maybe changing that and just having the green signify trees and stuff, because I want to do some cool stuff like an oil refinery, or maybe actually use some of Bisqueichelhausen's trains because they're really cool. And that's pretty much it. We have a coal power plant over there, some piles of ore, but yeah, that's Huygens mines. And now, oh yeah, also the hydro corridor. This is just something I did again in my pastime. It's just a bit of a detail. It carries electricity through the city, and yeah, it goes everywhere. And I'm probably gonna have a little episode on that sooner or later. Yeah, it sort of just follows the rail line and then goes in its own way. And so yeah, now we are at the fun yards. Yeah, fun yards, that's what I called it. I'm not sure how I come up with names. I'll probably have to find something. It's an older part. It's one of the first things I did in the city, and it sort of still has my old style. I probably would have built it a little differently. We have the container stacks over here, which really, it's nice because you can see them from far away, and it really looks like this sort of freight yard for ships and all that. You'd probably have cranes going down the center that would pick up the containers and actually take them down. There's the new quay over there, and then, yeah, that's the boat. And then these tanks over here, they actually have rocket fuel in them, but that's sort of a secret why. I still have something planned that would be kind of cool. It's kind of a surprise. Yeah, we also have these over here, which are shell tanks. It's nice to have like some actual real life logos once in a while, because it does sort of bring out that realism. And then we have like a ton of trees over here, and like this nice grass and everything. And I'm not sure why. I mean, the rest of the city really doesn't have that. I'm pretty sure I just didn't know what to put there, so I filled it in. And then we have this big train connection over here, the junction, and it's sort of part of the whole rail yard and everything. And that's really what this area is built around. It's built around the rail yard, which is really cool. I didn't detail it that much. You'll see it in a second. Yeah, that's the junction. It used to be really crowded because we had passenger trains crossing it and then going into that station. But we fixed that, and I removed that station, so it's all good now. There's, the hydro corridor going through again. You can see that perfect placement. What else do we have? Oh yeah, the parking lot, which is by Bad Idea. These are some worn out parking lots, just fill in the space since I guess I don't know what else to put there. Then we have the actual yard. It's not detailed that much. I wish it was. And oh, look at that skyline. I mean, come on, that's exactly what the game is called, right? City Skylines. That's beautiful. Too bad I only get like 2 FPS. Oh, and this track right here, this is actually made by Bruno. Well, he edited it. It's really from Metro Overhaul. It's the modern version. He just removed the third rail and published it, and it works as a train track. I don't like the ballast though. You can see it sort of Z-fighting and clipping. I wish it was just using the theme gravel, the one right there. And yeah, that's pretty much the rail yard. I want to use Bisquickelhausen's trains, but I don't have the time to redo it. Maybe one day, but for now I'm just leaving it be. And oh yeah, this is cool too. We have another freight terminal over here, which I don't remember who it's by. Oh yeah, the parking lot. I'm sorry, I'm just sort of going after everything that I have. Yeah, that's the Nebula NASA container. Again, space stuff. I really like space. You're going to notice that a lot in the city, actually. Like Huygens mines, stuff like that. I name stuff after space stuff. And oh yeah, the corrugated roofs. This is the only place I've used them, but they're really cool. I wish I found some more places to use them. And they sort of just cover the trains. We also have a few tetrapods over here, which we're going to be using some more. They're really cool. These are by Ronix. I want to use them probably near the airport or something. And then we have some more industrial area. Oh god, this junction. There's so much traffic. I'm just too lazy to fix it. You can see it's sort of crappy. But this is the Zona Bol industrial area. And the traffic, as you can see, is horrible. And yeah, I just zoned it. And then I have... I could fix the problem by adding freight trains and stuff. But the traffic is too bad. And I have already trains everywhere. You can see this mess. It's spaghetti. Not much... I think I should cut down on my use of trains is what I'm trying to say. Sorry if what I'm talking about isn't too synced up with the footage. Like I said, I was talking while I was recording this, but looks like GeForce Experience didn't like that, and it only recorded the audio for a few clips, and it was pretty bad. So I'm just sort of voicing this over in Premiere Pro. Yeah, then we have the docks. This is, if I'm not mistaken, Palm Banks. I think I use Palm a lot. I have it at least in 2 district names. We have this nice monument here by Dietza. I still don't know how to say the name. It's like Decczaah. I don't know how to say it, but it's really nice and I like it, and I put it down there. There's like a traffic light right here. I don't know why. But yeah, basically it's just the passenger harbor, really. It's nice. We have this really nice parking. I did an episode on this, really. We have a nice parking lot over there. Some offices, which look sort of like nice terminal buildings or something. Some worn out parking lots. These are by King Leno. They're pretty nice. They fit the whole... I don't know. I see those harbors sometimes. They sort of fit there. We have a ferry terminal. We have that. I want to use ferries in the city, but I just can't find a place for them. So I guess... we'll see how that goes. And I'm always getting this terrain glitch. Hold on, you can see right there. That's... oh yeah, and basically every time I load up the city, there's this massive wave because of the terrain glitches. And so it sometimes destroys things. And then I have to go ahead and fix them. Like right here, you can fix this kind of glitch. You set the brush strength to 0 and you sort of just click and run it over so it doesn't affect the terrain. But apparently it resets the glitched terrain. It's really strange. But it's a quick fix, I guess. Yeah, Palm Banks, you can see that was the name of the district. And yeah, we have some big cruise ships and stuff. Yeah, the Palm Banks, that's part of the beach area, which we'll get to pretty soon. And yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with the area. It's nothing too special. It's just sort of one of those areas that look pretty. And it's a small thing, relatively, but it's the small things that really make up a city. And before I forget, there's this thing right here, which is actually a disaster response center or something like that. I don't know. It's like an all-in-one kind of building, and it's pretty big. It's like a whole bunch of sub-buildings put together, and there's fire, hospital, police, and disaster helicopters or whatever. And you can see it's already fenced off and everything, so there's not much to detail, and we just have this empty space now. So I don't really know what to do with it, even though it looks really cool. It's a cool building. There's just I can't do anything with it, and it's sort of this weird thing that's just sitting there in the middle of nowhere, which I'll have to do something with that later on, or move it or something. So yeah, there's still room for improvement. And we also have right here this gantry. I don't know, I put this one sign. This is one of the only areas that I actually have a sign down on, like a custom sign. And the highway ends over there. I actually don't like the texture of the 4-lane versus the 3-lane texture highways. The 3-lane highway, the texture on there is perfect, but the 4-lane, it looks so ugly. And if we follow the highway, sorry, horrible FPS, it just terminates over there. But then if we follow it along, it just sort of goes across the map. I don't know what we're gonna do with it, if we're gonna extend it or not, but yeah, it goes everywhere, and it's kind of this mess. It's a highway, okay? I don't know what to tell you. And up next, we have the shopping center, which I don't know, I'm not going to spend too much time on. I did a video pretty much on everything, okay? So if you want to see something in more detail, if you're new here, for example, go take a look at my other videos. Most of the stuff I covered already. I'm just trying to do an all-in-one video or something. See how the city has come along. This is the Tanger outlets. We have the AC units on top, which are really annoying. They're actually part of the building rather than being a prop that you can remove. And you can see some of them are actually triangles, the buildings, instead of squares. And so it ends up with this mess of these units on top, and it's really annoying. You can't remove it. So we have to deal with that. And yeah, overall, this area, it's pretty nice. Palm trees. It filled up this entire empty space. I managed to do that, which is awesome because I wasn't sure what to do with it. We have some logos, which, yeah, I put the buildings down and then I added logos. I had to download so many. We have a nice gas station here, which, by the way, we actually added a few of them. There's an asset creator on the workshop, Kono. He's great. He makes these like American North American assets. Like there's the Exxon gas station over here, and the big sign and everything, right? Which is sort of, oh wow, look at that crash. Wow, do I not have a traffic light there? Jesus. The AI in City Skylines is not too great. There's definitely room for improvement. Yeah, anyways, back to Kono. He makes some great assets. I don't know. I need to put more of these signs up because they look really nice and they give some character to the city. I just like the way they look. But yeah, we have a bunch of his buildings here. Again, massive parking lots you can see everywhere. The Sunoco sign, that's another one that I have. And then, what else? Oh yeah, I put billboards down, which are also by Kono, along the highway in some places. I don't know, just filling some stuff in. Sometimes you just need to put something in so it doesn't look empty. We have a nice AMC theater that citizens go to every so often. A Walmart, of course. Every city has a Walmart. Every city has at least 10 Walmarts. Oh my god, they're everywhere. I still need to add a Costco. We're gonna have a whole thing, right? Just add a whole bunch of huge stores. But yeah, that's the area. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, it's a shopping center. It's really nothing that special. There's just a whole bunch of stores. And now we're on to the main urban, dense Manhattan living area thing. I don't know what I'm saying. So the buildings here are mostly by Fine Build. They're the Brooklyn Reworked collection, I'm pretty sure, and a few Manhattan ones. And then I have a few by Boldly Building too, which are... they're the ones that you plop down. These are growables. But yeah, this area is extremely laggy. There's so many people living here. It's very, very dense. And plus with the WG, Realistic Population mod, every building has a few families in it. So That's a bit annoying. Not really. It's not annoying. It's just hard to manage, I guess. But yeah, the buildings are pretty nice. And it's pretty simple. I like the grid and the blocks and everything, and it lets you zone pretty easily. Yeah, I don't know. After that, we have the metro maintenance yard. Sorry, subway maintenance yard. And this is from Metro Overhaul mod. The newest update really has the single tracks, which I sort of used them to redo it a bit. I'm still not completely happy with it. I probably will end up redoing it. And then we have some zonable commercial or industrial here. I have a little bit of industrial, I know that. And then, yeah, that's pretty much that area. We have like a central park here too, kind of thing. Oh yeah, there's the city. Doesn't that look nice? Too bad it's so laggy. Yeah, see, I can barely control it. Yeah, so this is sort of like the entrance to the city right here. These sort of big pylons. I wanted to find a nice welcome sign, but I couldn't. So I just ended up using these pillars, which are actually from LAX. They're like pylon lights or something like that. And yeah, then we have the central park. That's what I was talking about. And it's just a bunch of rocks and trees and pathways and a few like sport building things. I don't know. It looks okay. People seem to be using it, but I wish it was better. But I don't know. Can't always have something perfect. And so that's that. And then from there, we have this little area here. So I don't know how I feel about this area. It's just a bit weird. I never really gave it that much attention. I just zoned it and then I put down some parking spaces and that's it. The only special thing about it is probably that underpass to the right. But yeah, it's just sort of, it's off-grid. I don't know why I did that. I guess I thought it would look cool. It does have the subway running through, which is pretty cool. It's in the classic New York style. I really like it. This is one of the oldest stations on the workshop, I'm pretty sure. It's sort of, I don't remember who made it. I think it might have been, no, I don't want to say who it was with it. But look at those trains. Those are Big Biscuithausen, by the way. They're so nice. All of his trains are nice. I mean, if you're not, you're probably using his trains in your city. Let's be honest. And that comes over here to the port, and this is where two different lines join. Sort of the classic is a different line, and then the modern one over here is the one from the leisure center. It's two lines, like I said. Technically three, because there's a night line that actually uses the entire stretch of track, including the modern and classic one. You can see it's the Constellation, Cassini, and SLS. Like I said, space naming stuff. So Constellation is the night line, runs at night. Fewer trains, just trying to keep it somewhat realistic. Yeah, but the city usually is never running at night. I don't know, because you're always building in the day, and then there's not much to do at night. I want to get the new realism mod or whatever it's called. Real time, that's what it's called, real time mod. I want to get it, but it doesn't work with Ultimate Eye Candy, which is sort of crucial to me. So maybe when the city's done, then we can start using that. But yeah, that's the modern track, also for Metro Overhaul, and it sort of just goes into our leisure Las Vegas area thing. I don't know. This area, I actually like it a lot, I'll have to be honest. There's the mulch, I think, over there. We have some nice plazas. The hot tubs with rocks, you can't forget about that. It's just blatant plagiarism from Flux Trans. I don't know. I like how it looks. And, I mean, the rocks are massive. I had to use them somewhere. And I thought, why not do one of Flux's ideas? Hot tubs with rocks. It does look nice, though. I really like how it looks with the Venetian tiles over there and everything. And then, yeah, it just ends there, the subway line. And there's this little shop plaza thing over here where the hydro lines come in. It's probably just called electric power lines for most of you. But here in Canada, we call them hydro because a lot of our power use, I think it still does, comes from hydro power stations, and they carried the electricity from there. We have this empty area over there that's going to become something. And you can see that the two train lines over there, the two train tracks from the stadium, they actually are going to have one turn left into the future area and then one to the right, probably to the edge of the map. We have this beach over here as well, which is pretty nice. It took a while, but it's mostly repetition, right? You're just copy and pasting the same thing. Some towels over there. and then I'm pretty sure if the tide came in, it'd probably wash it. Oh, no, well, it actually does have quite a bit of a slope. You can see like a gradient, I guess. So it's not completely flat. There is actually a tides mod, but I didn't even bother getting it. I don't need that at all. Oh yeah, and the marina and hotel. I like this a lot. I really like how it looks. The sort of a cabana style. And just the boats floating around. We don't have too many boats in the city. We really need to do something with that, because right now it's mostly planes and trains. Yeah, and that's the sort of leisure area. It's nice. It's a nice little thing. We have trams here too, actually. It's the second most used form of transport in the city, but it functions so bad. I keep getting jams and everything, and I have unbunching on for the lines, but I end up having like 2 trams at the same time. If you haven't noticed, this is a bit of a long episode because we're looking at everything. And this roundabout over here, this is really crucial because this is where most of the traffic comes through. And I built this interchange over here, but then so much of it goes through that roundabout over there. And I didn't have a roundabout before that. I just had an intersection. It was disgusting. It didn't work at all. And you can see this traffic over here. It doesn't work right. They don't all go in there properly. But yeah, that roundabout, this one over here, really, it does the job. You can see literally 99% of the cars, they travel into there, into the 6-lane road. So then we have this interchange over here, which I made myself, and I'm really happy with how it turned out because it's my first interchange that went really well. And it's really 2 interchanges. There's this sort of triangle one in the middle, and then there's the T interchange. It's below right now. This one right here. So it handles a lot of traffic, and you can see that there's the 3-lane highway going there. That's technically a ramp from there, from the left. So yeah, it's pretty insane. Handles a lot, and we still end up getting traffic jams over there on the. Hold on, I'll move the camera in a second. Yeah, there on the right, you'll see in a second. There's a ton of traffic still there, and it all gets backed up. But it's just the bad AI, I guess. It's just something you have to deal with. And it's a lot better, in my opinion, than the sort of ones that I made the map with, the triangle and T interchanges over here. They're not bad. They're really good. They're just kind of a bit boring, I guess. And then after basically the interchange, there's also this area, which I made. It's using Nova City assets, or something. I think it's called that. And it's cool because they all use the rotor shader, and you can see sort of it's glass. They have glass. It's really nice. And there's also the parking lots over there. They're right by the central train station. But the great thing is that they actually get used, which is not too common in city skylines. Like almost every single parking spot is used, and that's really nice to see. So that's pretty much the end of part 1. I'm just going to let this keep running in the background while I talk. End of part 1, like I said, splitting it up into 2 parts because otherwise it would be a 50-minute video and I really don't want that. So yeah, that's that. Next video is pretty much just covering everything else that wasn't covered in this video. So if you want to see that, why not? That's yeah. See you next time.